I need you to dial my personal cell. It's 252-885-6466. 252-885-6467. Now, don't call me with no foolishness. It's too much. Let me tell you why I get my personal cell phone. I'm going out of public service. And if you guys vote for me, you need to be able to reach me at any given time. I think sometimes we get too caught up in the stuff and junk. It is just a telephone. Now they get so advanced that you can block somebody's number. So if you singers, especially singers, if you guys need me, call. I receive a lot of phone calls. Sometimes if you guys know how to text me and tell me who you are. And don't do me like this because this hurts my feelings. Do you remember me? Then I gotta make up something. I sure do remember you. 10,000 people talking. So if you will, say, hey, I am such and such. I follow you such and such. And I have this issue. Is that right? Because there are a lot of places people do it all the time. You remember me? So let me say this. If you really, really need me, send me a personal text. But I tell you guys, call that 911 line, and that works for wherever county you guys work. Always call the 911 line first because that's always recorded. Let me tell you this quick story. We had a young lady that lost her life. And we solved the crime because she told the story on the 911 line. Now, she could call the sheriff. My line ain't recorded. But we went back, and they said, Sheriff, you got to hear this. She called the name out what was going on right before her life was lost. So that's how important the 911 line is. Listen, I want to hear one time. I want to hear what you guys have to say. What's been going on with you guys? Scandal number one, elder abuse. I want to talk about those two things. Elder abuse, let me say this. Sometimes their own children. All you guys work for all your life. And we've got to make sure that you have this stuff. I don't know where you are in the middle. Make sure you have this stuff written down and planned out. For who want to get what? Because I receive a lot of calls from children that's fighting over mama's stuff or mama's on her last leg or daddy's on his last leg. That is rough. My dad is 80 years old and I tell my dad, listen, look, I ain't fighting over your stuff for my brother. I ain't doing that foolishness. Make sure your stuff is in line because we receive a lot of calls at the sheriff's office where siblings, where mom and daddy on their last breath, they're fighting over your stuff. Make sure you have your business written down because that's where we become involved. And listen, there's no greater thing when they call me and say, Sheriff, you need to show up at the funeral. I think brothers and sisters get into it. That's heartbreaking when you got to work all your life. And then I got to come be the bad guy. Because at the end of the day, when I show up at the end of the day, I'm the sheriff, but I have the law. And so my thing is to fix it. Okay? So fix that. Elder abuse is growing in Edgecombe County, going across America. And I'm talking about emotionally and physically. And we receive phone calls all the time from siblings that live out of state and say, hey, you know, if thank you for your service, by the way. So yeah. You know what I think about the veterans in the room? You know what I think about all these people that are veterans? I think they should be able to walk in any car lot, in a house that they want, they should be able to walk into any day. That's what they have done for all of us in the room. I don't think they give enough credit to them when they go fight abroad. And then they come back and they're home. But I believe they fight for our country. They should be able to walk out of another campus and I want that right there. They should be able to get it. We are spoiled as Americans, but these brothers and sisters that fought so that we can fall free, I honor them. So, watch this. At the end of the day, what we're seeing here in Edgecombe County as well, we have siblings calling from Detroit and Texas and say, hey, we think daddy's not in his right mind, but here comes Clee, who's been helping cut grass, and now somehow daddy will sign everything over. Y'all know how hard that is to fix? Yep. That is hard to fix. And guess what? y'all got? Man, who was taking care of Daddy and making sure he was still in his right mind, not to sign his stuff on him? And so we see this at least once a month here in Edgecombe County. The families calling today. Y'all might want to look at this and think they're scamming out Daddy or whoever. You know? So we've got to stay close. Make sure your children are close to you. And let me say this. God speaks got to be stable. Reverend Tyson together, 1:30. Let me say this. Fix it with your children. I'm turning to you guys to say something. Fix it. If this is my father, and he loaned me $25 in 1982, and he's still mad with me for 30 years because I ain't paid him back $25. Something is wrong with that. Life is really, really short. Especially we got 4 years behind us, right? I'm begging you guys to fix it. And let me say this again. How can we go to church Sunday after Sunday and we meet in the rattlesnake?
Come on now.
We're looking to you guys, yes, still for leadership. How you walk, how you dress. I just talked to a group of young people that were 4 years old, and I asked those young people, what do you want to do when you grow up? Those young people, spit it out. That's what we got to pour into them. And hell, man, you guys are still breathing. We're still looking for you guys for leadership. Because unfortunately, across America now, we're not seeing much of it. How to treat people, how to respond, how to dress like a lady, how not to be twerking on social media and it's your granddaughter. You talk back to me. So we need y'all, and we need your voice to say, if you're going to just say to young people, y'all know what's still a good word across America? It's no. And we need that from our seniors. Everything ain't cute that your grandbabies do. We need y'all. We need y'all in the church. We need y'all in the community. We need y'all voice. And sometimes seniors' voices because I ain't gonna say nothing to young people so mean. I ain't gonna say nothing to these young folks. But we need to hear y'all open y'all mouth and say, listen, no, it's good. The next thing was scams. You guys have my personal cell phone number. Please use it. If you feel like you're being scammed, call me immediately. And that I will take. If you text me, call me, because we've got to stop it right there. Unfortunately, I was discussing with Deborah when we were talking. When these scams hit, my wife taught me something. She worked in a bank. She's really good at security. A lot of times, don't even say hello. If it's a number that you guys don't recognize with AI and everything that's going on there, don't even say hello. If you say hello, they got you. So if I see a scam or a spoof number, I don't even say just hang up. Because with AI and so much that's going on there, if you say hello, they got your voice recording. So now that's why I use the voice recording and sometimes a great passcode. It's like a fingerprint. So don't even say nothing when you see a spoof call or spam call, because they already got you. Let me tell you what a spoof number is. We're working with the Attorney General right now. Hopefully we can break ground, because it's really, really aggravating dealing with spoof calls. Even if this is shifted again, we have bomb threats at the courthouse, or probably even here at Edgecombe Community College, at schools. When we have these ghost numbers, they are hard to track. They're really, really hard to track. And people say, what are y'all doing? Well, we can't do anything, because the power that be greater than us, with these cell phone technology, hadn't figured it out yet. So sometimes they can call them and do bomb threats, and we can't even track them. Some we can catch, some we can't. The scammers. I've been sitting at my desk right at the Edgecombe County Sheriff's Office, and somebody has called me and said, hey, if you don't send us $10,000, we come to arrest you. And I've been sitting right up there, like, man, this is good. And I play along with them. But it's not funny. But if you can do that to me, and I said, please come get me. I'm here at the Edgecombe County Sheriff's Office. I'll give you a wake up. And they hung up the phone. What I'm saying is, and I was just sharing with Deborah, I didn't have my own telephone number ring, and I've answered, and it was good stuff. This stuff is happening, so we're trying to fix it on a bigger level, because it is so aggravating. But I tell you, our seniors, that's the Lord talking to you right now. Our seniors And if you don't know any better, when they tell you, hey, send us a $500 Apple card, go to Walmart and all this stuff, don't do that. Don't do that. Nobody's going to get you to go to Walmart and get an Apple card and send it to this app. That's Lord talking again. We go to church Sunday. But nobody's going to do that. So be mindful of sending those Apple cards. And we get that all the time. We're seeing the go get. I mean, it'd be big money too, 2,000, 500. And we have to track these things down. And unfortunately, this don't happen to see. I have a cousin that's really middle ill. You guys with me? I got that. My own one. Let me bring it up to you. Look at y'all got crazy folks in your family. Yeah, and we don't roll. So you have to protect our own family. You have to protect her. And she was vulnerable. And I said, baby, this don't sound right. This man gonna give me an apartment. It was nice and clean in Virginia Beach. This don't sound good. She said, yes, I'm going for new opportunity. I said, baby, this don't sound good. It's the sheriff telling you, this don't sound good. She packed up all her stuff with a little go to Virginia Beach, and nobody's there. And it's like a ran down apartment. On the internet, it looked good, brand new. She got all the way to Virginia Beach, and she had no place to stay. So scammers are real. That's the way that make money. Look, here's another thing that comes from the sheriff's office. It happens in every town for those that don't live in Edgecombe County. As the sheriff's office, we would never call you and ask for money. Say it loud. Ask for money. We would never do that. No sheriff's office, no law enforcement across America would ever call you and ask for money. And guess what? We have to put posts up every week saying, hey, this is deputy such and such, and if you don't come here for this warrant research, you're going to have to pay $500 per sheriff. We would never do that. One, the sheriff don't like to touch money. Think about that number one. Okay? So we get those calls weekly. We have to put our scam posts like this is a scam because we would never ask for money from the city. Keep that in mind. Sheriff's office or police department never ask for money from the city. Okay? Keep that in mind. Okay? Any questions? Does this make sense to you guys? Yes, you got a question, you guys?
I do.
Yes, ma'am.
As older people, we're compassionate.
Sing it.
Well, okay,
You sing it or sing it?
we're compassionate when it comes to family members. And sometimes we have a poor grandson say, Grandma, I need her to stay for 2-3 weeks. And 2-3 weeks turns into
No.
So you call the sheriff's office and say, I need you to get my grandson and nephew, whatever I need. And they tell you politely, you have to give them 30-day notice. Don't like that. Help me out.
I'm going to help y'all. Ain't nobody come to stay with me. Because of exactly what you just said. Because of exactly what you just said. Once you let them in, it's almost like dragging. It's hard to get them out. And it is sad. I love your question because we run into that a lot. People's grandparents say, well, you don't want your children out on the street. But unfortunately, we said that. I don't want to take it. This is real conversation because it's happening all across America. Nobody wants to see your grandbabies on the street. But unfortunately, across America, a lot of our grandchildren are disrespectful. They don't know how to follow rules. Our children ain't taught them anything. They want to do what they want to do. They want to come in your house when they want to come in your house. They don't respect you, so you got to go. Don't even let them in. Because you would get headache. And by law, we got to follow rules. We get it all the time. We want to kick them out for you. But we can't. Huh?
You want that law off the book.
Yes, sir. We're calling them Representative 17. I love that. But that is a real conversation. We went into that a lot because guess what? You got to get into peace. If you're playing rap music late at night, in and out. I didn't even know really what that was when I was a teenager. My dad said, look, you ain't coming to me all night. Until I hit 40. I told my son, you ain't coming to me. Because that breaks your peace. Bible said rules, no still means no. If you can't follow the rules, you can't come in here. And let me tell you this, when I was 19, my stepmom in Wilson, she said, look, you got one more time to come in this house past 12 o'clock. You ain't my mom. Y'all looking at me like I said, you ain't my mom. That's my daddy's house. Next time I did that street door was locked. And I was sitting on the step. She opened that door 30 minutes later. She said, now come in this house. Your food is in the stove. She got my attention. She had boundaries. I respect her. I love her to death because my daddy didn't have boundaries. That was my dad. He let me do what I wanted to do. But my stepmom didn't play that way. And she gave me some rules. We need rules and I got how much love is. We need some rules across America. If you don't give your children rules and boundaries across America, you have failed your children. I was like, come talk to the sheriff. I can't hear her. I love y'all. Lord have mercy. I've been careful on this one. I was dealing with a situation at Edgecombe detention facility. There was a young man, he was about 40. And there was a senior lady, she was about 75. And she was well to do. And this guy was in and out of Edgecombe there. One of my employers said, hey, Sheriff, that's one of my family. And that's awesome. But she was so in love that she was lonely. And I was sitting at my desk and I was watching this senior lady come past my office. And I was twisting myself, oh, she's going over there again, taking some money. There's nothing I could do. Because she was so in love. He was telling her all the right things. And he is a career criminal right now. But she loved him to death. And he's sucking her dry. And this right here. It's a real story. So yeah, I would think, I know a lot of times with things we have meetings and stuff like that. Go talk to somebody.
Hey, how you doing, right?
Have those conversations. I can see that. Most of my talk to you, kind of sit and have a story. You don't feel like you're alone. But guess what? There's people out here to take advantage of folks. And I deal with a person over here because having some of my employees. And it's nothing good. Draining your retirement, draining your 401k, draining all of it because he's no good. But guess what? She's stepping up into that machine that's the jail and put money into that machine on a weekly basis. So he don't have to do anything. So yes, I love that. There's some people out here that just mean and want to just get everything you got to get. Our own family, and there's some, I call them scumbags that do stuff like that. That's what they are. There's some mean people in this world. And so we got to make sure we guys are guarded. You guys are two of the most protected groups. Our seniors and our young people. You guys are valuable. Like diamonds. That makes sense. Great question. Love that. Any other questions? Make sense? Yes, ma'am?
Would you just remind them of the Are You Okay program?
Are You Okay program? Yes, I should have brought flyers. Sometimes I bring a lot of flyers, but I make sure Deborah gets them. And, I came to the Princeton Senior Group. We have a program that's been free in Edgecombe County since I became sheriff in 2017, 2018. And it is free, and it's helped us get seniors off the ground. Basically, how it works is, if we have the telephone number at the sheriff's office hooked into our 911, you'll hear a recorded voice of mine every day. So your family yourself will set that time on 1 o'clock for yourself. You hear my voice come across at 1 o'clock every day because you know when you're supposed to be home, right? So you set it for your time. And so my voice will come up, and if you pick up the phone, we know that you are okay. If we don't hear your voice, we'll prompt or we'll call your family member. We'll call the family member. And say, hey, we didn't hear from such and such. If we can't get a family member, we get the 911, our 911 center, I'll call a deputy, dispatch a deputy to the house. This has worked, and I'm glad you brought that up. We had a call in Tarboro. The family hadn't heard from a loved one. As a matter of fact, he was a 92-year-old military veteran. He had fallen on the floor, but the family, he couldn't get to the phone. It was a matter he couldn't get to the phone. And so family called us, and when we went to his house, he had military bars. He had bars on his windows because he had a military mindset. And so when we got there, we had to wait for his nephew, his great nephew, to come and say, listen, we can bring it to the house, but we're not going to be responsible for the door and the window and all of this stuff. And he made the decision to listen. And finally, we heard a voice. He'd been on the ground 2 days. We heard a moan, and we got him in the house. Right. Called emergency service. Get ambulance on the way. Because we knew he'd been on the ground 2 days, not moving, not eating. Like his bathroom, this was not going to be good. So we could barely pry ourselves into the window. So I found the smallest step. Now I do cycle. I know it don't look like it sometimes. But we found the skinniest Debbie that we could in Edgecombe County. And we pulled the bars and we just threw him through the window. We actually like pushed him through the window. And man, he was in bad shape. But guess what? The only thing that prompted us to go there was the Are You Okay program. He'd been laying on the ground in a school for 2 days. It works. And it's free. It's just another way to just make sure our singers are okay. And guess what? At the end of the day, guys, a lot of singers push back. Because you know what they say? I don't want nobody in my business. Let me tell you something. And I know I got to go. I don't have any business. The older I get, once I hit 50, I don't have any business. God has forgiven us for all our sins. He knows when we're at our best and he knows when we're at our worst. I don't have any business. So and that's a responsibility a whole lot of times. I don't want it all up in my house. But guess what? If we have to take these out that day, even dead. How many people know military veteran that's qualified? So it works. I'm glad you brought that up. So we have resources for you guys. Anytime you guys need us, listen. If y'all want to talk to me, call me. I'll go right out and talk to you. Because all of us get lonely. You gotta be singing to get lonely, dude. Talk to me. I ain't talking to y'all right now. Talk to me. Right? We ain't gotta make the singers to be lonely. Listen, you can be lonely right there at the family reunion. Surrounded around a whole lot of people that say they love you. You can be lonely sitting beside your wife or your husband. Stop. Just stop. I ain't gonna go there. All I'm saying is God designed us because we need each other.
Amen.
And so when she said that, that's part. We need each other. So when we know somebody's on, go and check on somebody. Yeah. Are you okay? How you doing? And that goes a long way. And let me tell you, as a thing, I was in Wilmington at the sheriff's conference, and me and another sheriff, the sheriff, we were walking, and a gentleman came, he was coming towards us walking the dog, and be mindful of what you say. I try to be mindful of what I say. As he's walking towards me, I'm at this time, the sun is shining, everything is good, and as he's coming towards us, I said, how you doing? He said, do you really want to know? And they caught us off guard. And we both turned. And we were like, wow. Here's all I'm saying. I never forget that. That was about 2 months ago. As he's meeting us, I said, how you doing? I said, and he said, do you really want to know? Be mindful. If you really don't want to know how somebody is doing, don't even ask.
All right now.
They changed my thought process. If I really don't mean it, don't even say it. And he checked us right, and he never works right. He said, does it matter? Or do you really care? And we both turned and looked. We said, wow, strong. So you really asked how somebody's doing like you think. And I admit it, that's all I did. But he put me in check quick. Man, I just get that done. I could look his face. He was walking the lab, and I could see him. And I was just looking to God and said, hey, be mindful of how you say things. You didn't mean it at all, but did you really mean, are you okay? Here it is, come back and share something. We really want to take care of you, and we want to make sure you guys take care of you. You got questions? We had 4 lines down, and I'm glad you said that. Yeah, you got the second time. Everybody loves the radio sheriff. The sheriff don't want to listen to you. We joke. I gotta be on that. I'm ready to hit the office. So we had phone. And guess what? When those phone lines go down, that creates a problem. Because my singer be, they give me, you know what? So our phone lines, we're switching over to new systems to the 911. That is the issue. I just failed to get back to you. Well, watch this right here. Can I say this? I'm gonna see how you gonna answer this right here. Will you forgive me? That's all. That's all I need to know right there. That's all I need to know. So we're gonna work on it. Look, sir, we need to work on that. We gotta work on it.
Mm.
Listen, life is too simple. And it's all if I have time. Sure. We're public service. We're here to serve. That's totally fine. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I just want to say, I seen this event last night. Actually, I supposed to went to work today. Well, actually, I was supposed to be on vacation, but I texted my boss last night, told him I was gonna come. I mean, that I won't come to work. I want to come by here because, like you say, seniors and the young. That's who I've been advocating for since the '80s. But in the future, y'all let me know when you're having something. If I can't be there, I will post it and advertise it. But if I can be here, but let me fast forward. I've been trying to get here since 9 o'clock because I was very busy. I videoed. I was in Rocky Mount all day yesterday. But I was trying to get here at 9 o'clock. I couldn't get here. Laid in the bed. But I'm glad I came when I came because I didn't know the sheriff was going to be speaking and he going to get me for this. But I'm glad I got here when I did. But I love to hear this guy speak. He's not only the sheriff, he's my pastor. He's not a licensed preacher, but I'm going to give him some license. He's my barber, and I support him 100%. But what I want to say is on Monday night, the county commissioners doing their budget. Safety is our number one priority, and you can't be healthy without being safe. So you hear all the stuff he's doing. So if you can, be there, or if not, you need to contact your county commission, let them know that we need to support our sheriff and his office. So please do that for me. I'll be there speaking. So I'm asking y'all to be there too, because safety should be our number one priority. And I could say more, but I end there. You can see it on my live. Thank you.
Let me say this real quick. I got to get this is from opioid. Let me say this. Fentanyl. It is rough to see, it's rough to watch. And it's happening to all our children and all our family. When our children are coming in the brains of pride, talk to you young ladies about bringing that party or cookouts or whatever, and walking away from drinks, all that stuff. But we gotta have this conversation. Overdose is on the rise. It's supply and demand. Like anything, we have supply and demand. It's a push. And let me give you guys this, and I really got to answer the text. When we talk about south of the border, we're talking to you, the sheriff, we're talking to you as being transparent. We talk about south of the border, and we talk about cartels. The only way to destroy America, we talk about a national power like China, terrorists. The only way to destroy the fabric of America is our children. If our children are on drugs, they're not going to be. It's wonderful. So we start talking about south of the border, and we know right now it shares across the nation. We start talking about building along the south. Cartels are coming in from the north. We've had northern sheriffs that tell us from Idaho and Montana. They're starting to see people, they've been seeing people from the south. They just didn't know who they were. That they're bringing drugs in from North America. just south of the border, when this stuff on the news. This stuff is bigger than what we think. This drug trade is pretty much shooting. It's really, really big. It's your shooting. And you still can tell you, when opioids first started, everybody thought this was something that was happening to white people. I'm very fair. Oh, this was a white person's thing. But we've had overdoses as little as 6 years old to 91 years old, and they don't count. And so it's affecting the African American community just as bad. So it's a national epidemic that we've got to have in our homes and we've got to talk about. Because that's what everybody thought. And guess what? It's dropping people left and right. And it's the great truth. You know, smoking weed they ain't like when I ain't gonna say they ain't gonna go back to the hands. Put some book out there. Smoking weed won't like it was perhaps when you guys were young, trying stuff, even alcohol. That putting stuff like fentanyl and stuff to kill people. It is designed to kill. And by the time we get there, sometimes the high is so good that they're fighting us. And they don't want us to hit them with it in our hand. They're fighting us and kicking us off. And so it's hard to watch because the high is so good, they don't want it to help. And it's hard to tell families that haven't lost a loved one because they was on this strong. And what we do go after, we go after strong drug dealers. If we find out something strong in Pine Tops or Bakersfield or Whitaker, we're like, we need to find that drug dealer because this is the drug that's killing people in Edgecombe County. So, and the drug dealers get competitive. They want to know who has the strongest dose, and guess what? Sometimes too strong to drop. So make sure you have those conversations. I hope this helped you guys. Does it help you guys? Before I leave, I got to go to Salem there for a spot competition. My guy said, don't come here, I got to go to the teaching staff, graduation, national events. Got to go to Salem there for a spot competition. So sometimes my day does not stop. When I get still, I download every night at 11 o'clock. I stay up. When I get still, it is over. You hear me? It is over because we pour so much into people. I just ask you guys to do this. We leaders of your family fight still have breath in your life. We need y'all. We need y'all. Vendors that are here, thank you guys for taking time to come out. It's bigger than just being a vendor because I'm seeing so many different things across this Tri-County area that we need you guys to really get your message out to the community because a lot of the communities that really need to know are not here. They're not here. So we've got to find a way to get to those communities to make a difference because they're not here. Thank you guys. If it was not for the dear Lord and my gratitude, I would not be standing in front of you guys. You guys got to continue to fight of being good people. You guys got to continue to fight of not being scammed. Hang that phone up. Don't even, if it sounds good. My mama is the world, what's that little coupon book that used to come from? My mama loved that. And I had to get my mama about that call and say, hey, what is it? What was this clearinghouse? Oh, that's it. My mama loved that phone. I see somebody out there like a diggy grin and put my shirt down. Love you guys. Appreciate y'all. So we're riding bikes out of a creek at a mental health event. 30 miles. Those things be great. So we're coming down 43 in Pine Tops, and we're leading traffic. Mind you, we're leading traffic. And there's a snake. What is it? A dead snake. And so this is where we're riding bikes and coming in Pine Tops. My snake lady right here. And we're riding and car coming towards the before she saw that snake, she went all over here. And we hollering, whoa. So that's what we get the snake lady from. She forgot all about safety and
I would have too. I had one at the house not long ago. I had to call the sheriff office to come get him.
You know, sometimes I miss church so I can have time for myself. That sounds bad. I don't know what it is. Because sometimes I need some time to myself. And people at my own church go, wait, we miss you. I need some time to myself. If not, I would go crazy.
Right. Oh, yeah. Amen.
Lord have mercy. 470 times plus some.
All right, now, all right, okay.